It is now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Olusegun Adekunle, who will be delivering a speech on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR.
Mr. Jogan Stock, Secretary General of Interpol, the Honorable Minister of Interior, represented here this morning by Dr. Omar, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Inspector General of Police, ably represented, heads of other security agencies that are represented here this morning, and the Director General, NAPTI, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olusegun Adekunle, Permanent Secretary, General Services Office, the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am here this morning to represent Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is unavoidably absent. I will now read his address. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th Interpol Global Conference on Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants. This conference brings together law enforcement agencies, international organizations, and development partners in order to brainstorm with a view to finding an enduring approach that will further consolidate strong networks to combat transnational organized crimes. Let me commend Interpol for affording Nigeria the unique opportunity to host this auspicious event, where deliberation will focus on global efforts to combat trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants, which are issues affecting countries around the world. It requires our collective efforts to eradicate this menace, which is destroying the future of our youths across the globe. Significantly, Nigeria is among the first set of countries to domesticate the United Nations relevant protocols on trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. The protocols were at various times domesticated, resulting in Nigeria's enactment of the following statutes. 1. The Trafficking in Persons Prohibition Law Enforcement and Administration Act 2003, amended in 2005, repealed and reenacted in 2015. 2. The Immigration Act 1963, which was repealed and reenacted as Immigration Act 2015, which empowers the Nigeria Immigration Service to combat smuggling of migrants. Mr. Secretary General, my dear delegates, permit me to state modestly that Nigeria has recorded some landmarks in the fight against trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. So far, collaborative efforts of our relevant security agencies have resulted in several interceptions, arrests, and prosecution of traffickers and smugglers, which resulted in 359 convictions over time. This administration strongly believes that there is a relation between trafficking in persons, smuggling of migrants, and corruption. And Nigeria is leading in the fight against corruption. Unless we fight this scourge called corruption in developing economies like ours. The resources budgeted for development will be stolen by few individuals, thereby exposing our teeming young populace to poverty and vulnerability of trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. I hereby urge the Interpol and our relevant agencies to deepen the already established collaboration in order to combat this modern-day slavery to a standstill. It is hoped that collaborative efforts across national borders will go beyond identifying and rescuing victims to apprehending and prosecuting the traffickers and smugglers in their country of origin, transit, and destination countries. Mr. Secretary General, I seize this opportunity to request Interpol to consider Abuja, Nigeria as the appropriate location for its proposed Strategic Studies Center as you plan to establish one. Nigeria is ready to play host to the center and will avail it all necessary assistance within the provisions of the law. At this point, I want to acknowledge and appreciate the invaluable partnership and cooperation between Nigeria and our frontline states, as well as development partners, for their fruitful collaboration in fighting this menace. On behalf of His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I hereby declare the 6th Interpol Global Conference on Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants open. I wish you all fruitful deliberations.
Thank you very much.